Hi, it's Paul Ryan. We've been talking about AI in the world of music, and last week I looked at AI with regard to the future of music from the artist or industry side. But what about from the fan or music consumer side? If you consume music, if you buy music, how likely are you to buy a track or album if it's created or largely created by AI? Well, the IFPI, the International Federation of the Phonographic Industry, says not very likely. In their research-based report, IFPI indicates that 80% of music consumers or fans feel that human creativity remains a big part of music creation. Well, that's good to know. 74% don't think AI should be used to clone or impersonate real artists or their work. And an equal amount, 74%, say there should be transparency about when AI is used in music generation. Maybe that's where this is going to end up. Last week I talked about the legal battle. If it had a little asterisk beside a song or a track. 70% say that there should be restrictions on what AI is allowed to do. Now that's the general public. That's not the music profession. So that's kind of interesting. The 2023 report indicates that there's awareness of the effects of AI music on the business, and the results are heartening for labels and artists. Maybe wary that perhaps the AI technology will change the way music is created and maybe take over and put us all out of jobs. It's also important to point out, however, that times do change and people's opinions change. It wasn't that long ago that many people feared the risk of even using computers to do their banking, or they wouldn't let go of their landline. My point is that today, the population is resisting AI-generated music, or at least they're wary of it or suspicious. Tomorrow? Well, time will tell. I think that'll shift. The degree to which that shift will occur, though, I think that'll be dependent on whether the programmers are able to create human emotions in AI-generated music, and of course, any boundaries that are established by these legal cases going on right now once they're all resolved. And even if algorithms can be made to replicate human emotion in songwriting and recording, which may be doubtful, I believe that still there's always going to be a thirst for the real thing. One of the drawbacks of AI in music is the likelihood of mediocrity or sameness. I talked about this a little bit last week. The emotional part is still dependent on the algorithm design if it's done by AI, and whether that will be a gut-level rejection of computer music by the consumer. Next week, we're going to continue on discussing AI. We'll talk about the Beatles. This week's featured song is Who Will Sing For Me? It's a song that is credited to Thomas Ferris in 1944. And I say credited to since an earlier version might have existed for decades earlier. The story behind the lyrics remains unknown. However, it's such a lonely, though pretty song. It's been recorded by many artists from Emmylou Harris to the Stanley Brothers, Grateful Dead, many more. So here's Who Will Sing For Me? I hope you enjoy it.
Oft I sing for my friends when death's cold hand I see. When I reach my journey's end, who will sing for me? I wonder who will sing for me when I come to the cross on that silent sea. Who will sing one song for me? when crowds shall gather round and look down on me, will they turn and walk away, or will they sing a song for me? I wonder who will sing for me when I come to the cross on that silent sea. Who will sing one song for me? I wonder who will sing for me when I come to the cross on that silent sea. Who will sing one song for me? Who will sing one song for me?
It's time now to take a look at what is going on in the musical life of Freddie Spaghetti.
After his visit with Bob Hackett, Freddie's next stop is to see his mom. Maybe she can shed some light on what's been bothering him. Freddie walks into the living room. Nancy is sitting in her usual chair, knitting away and watching television. They embrace, say their hellos, and both take a seat. The Barton living room is small, full of knickknacks and framed photographs of Freddie and his sister. Together, the photos, they tell a story of two people from childhood and on into adulthood. Above the TV set, on the wall, is a photo of Zoe in her nursing uniform, and another one of Freddie holding his Martin guitar the very same day he brought it home. Nancy sits down on a love seat facing the TV set, and Freddie sprawls down on a matching couch. Nancy keeps knitting as her son talks away. He describes the shows he's done and the people in his band, the people he's met, and goes into great detail about how great the tour has been. Nancy keeps knitting and nodding her head. What else would you expect? Freddie's always wanted this, and now it's become real. Life's good for her son. After Freddie is finished, Nancy asks him if he likes the colors she's using to knit a sweater for Zoe. She raises her work and looks over at Freddie for a reaction. He's staring at the floor. Good colors for a sweater, she repeats the question. Yeah, Zoe'll love it. Hey, Mom, can I ask you something? Over the next minutes, Freddie explains that sometimes he just wants to be here, or maybe in his apartment, not touring and away for so long. He speaks not so much like a person complaining, but rather a person confused, or maybe a bit trapped. At first, Nancy shakes her head, looks over at her son. She squints her eyes in disbelief. Same story, two opposite takes, she thinks to herself. Best to address this strange situation head on. But you just told me how great your band is and how wonderful the tour is and everything's going great. You've always wanted this. This very exact same thing. She's baffled by her son's disposition. How could someone living their dream with so much success not feel inside that everything's great and be happy? This is all Freddie ever wanted to do. All he ever spoke about from grade school. But here he is today. He seems to be in pain, or at least experiencing a conundrum of some kind. Still perplexed, but wanting to help her son, Nancy offers that she still has some connections in the medical building. One contact might be able to help, a psychologist. Freddie sits up. A shrink? No, not a shrink. No, I'm not that bad. With her eyes fixed back now on her knitting, Nancy just shrugs and, in her usual mum-knows-best manner, says, Okay, what do you suggest? Here she'd been tossed a life crisis and never broke stride. Freddie is too taken aback to be impressed. He just stares back at his mother blankly. Nancy keeps on knitting. By the end of his first day from the tour, Freddie has covered some ground. Bob Hackett is bald now, but the treatments are going pretty good. His cowboy hat covers any hint of his situation he's in, and he's itching to get back on the road. Meanwhile, the advice from Freddie's mom is beginning to make some sense. As he drives back to his apartment, he glances at a scrap piece of paper in the passenger seat written in Nancy's handwriting. It's the name and the contact information of a Sarah Harris. She's a professional who deals with anxieties and related problems.
Thanks for listening today. Remember to come right back here next week for another edition of Sound Threads.